What's up guys, this is Nick at Stridewise.com. If you've got a boot in your mind's eye and you just can't find it anywhere, never fear, because you can get them custom made. And in this video, we've got boots that come fast and boots that take a lot longer, but they've got the kind of features you might find worth the wait. We've got all manner of made to order boots. All links are in the description below. You can get everything from different leather panels to triple midsoles to leopard prints and more in this list. Just remember, it's really hard to return customized boots, so make sure the size and the design is what you want. And I'm just gonna start the list right now. And I'll do it with the leopard print one because that's also the fastest. And you don't just have to get the leopard print. It's Idrese. Idrese is a brand that everyone is sleeping on. I did a review of their sneakers a few years back, which were remarkable because they're so freshly made for you that the leather hadn't dried out in a warehouse and like it didn't really crease. It was very interesting. But they also do shoes and of course, boots as well. The value and the speed are what puts Idrese on the top spot here. Some brands on this list will have you waiting 6 months, maybe more, but Idrese gets your footwear in under a month to your door, which is breakneck speed for a custom boot. And the price is typically under 400 bucks as well, which is solid. There are about 24 kinds of footwear that they'll make for you, including 7 boots and many sneakers. You can pick absolutely every component of the boot as well. So if you're curious about white box calf leather, you can do it. If you just want a dressy black boot with a leather sole, you can do that. But the options aren't just different colored leathers. Materials include blue leopard print, pink linen, Scottish tartan, and then there are the details as well. You can get a storm Goodyear welt for extra water resistance, a perforated toe cap for some style, any kind of sole. You can even get skull artwork painted on it. And actually, like for me, I really wanted a brown rough out Chelsea with a storm welt and a Ridgeway sole, and I couldn't find it. And I designed it, and now it's on their website as the Shad Bolt. They sell that boot, but that was a really boring boot compared to what you could make. So Idrese is very, very cool. And then there's another one in this category, which is Taft, which is a bigger name that's better known for their eye-catching designs. I'm always talking about their Jack boot. Mine's in gray wool with a red leather toe cap, but it comes in flower prints and tartan and everything in between as well. And those are like the already made boots you can buy. And I always see Taft in wedding photos. They're like a favorite brand for wedding boots. The standard offerings might actually be as creative as you want, but for more control, you can go to Taft XU, which I might maybe to say Taft by you, I think. Anyway, you can design a Jack boot, a Jodhpur, a Chelsea, hiking boot, a bunch of other stuff, sneakers as well. They're not as fast as Idrese, but they're still pretty fast at about like 5 or 6 weeks, I think. And they're cheaper too. Most boots are about 350 bucks. Options range from 6 smooth leathers, including white, to 5 leathers with 3D flowers stamped into them, to camouflage suede, to 18 fabrics right now that include tweed, tartan, stars, stripes, and dragonflies. You can add 7 soles and wide widths and the option to stamp your initials on them, and you've got a pretty cool project on your hands if you like the look of Taft boots. For a different angle, there's Adelante. That's a really cool option. I visited their workshop in Guatemala. It's this super ethical, sustainable, handmade business. The best value boot for super wide feet. Like they go up to quintuple E if you need to. And you can get different widths and sizes for your 2 feet if you need. So if that's why you're looking for custom boots, then Adelante is a really good one for you. They don't have as many leather options as the other ones that are more style, fashion focused, but they have 7 leathers right now. And you can customize every panel, like the toe, quarter, heel, and strap, and the color of the sole as well. They're usually under 400 bucks, and the brand has a really cool story as well. I made a whole video making boots with them a year ago or so up there if you want to check that out as well. And they also do like free virtual fittings over Zoom for you where they teach you how to measure your feet every which way. And then they can like even modify lasts for you. Like if you have like weirdly high insteps or you need a more prominent arch, that kind of thing. So they can really make them for your individual feet. And again, the different sizes for each feet, that's like a really big thing that a lot of people like. But if what you're looking for is not something stylish so much as you're looking for something like really heavy, hard-wearing, and functional, these other brands I mentioned, they aren't work boot brands. So if you keep for some really heavy lifting, the first go-to is probably Nick's. Now they're not quite as customizable as these others in that if you told them you really want pink leather for the pull tab, they might tell you to get lost. But on many of their flagship boots, from like lifestyle ones like the Robert to their more tactical boots, you can pick a lot of options. You can pick like the shaft height from like 3 to 10 inches, pick the last 22 leathers to choose from, eyelets or speed hooks, what material for the eyelets, structured or unstructured toe, heel stack, outsole, edge color. So they're pretty good, but just not as high fashion, you know? Importantly though, this is also a really good brand for wide feet if you're a guy looking for custom boots. They go to triple F. How that compares to quintuple E, I'm not really sure, but again, I'm sure you're measuring your foot at this point anyway, so there won't be any confusion with the sizing. The price reflects Nick's boots being made in America with extremely robust materials, like super thick midsoles. They weigh over twice what my Taft boots cost. Expect to pay well over 600 bucks for your boots, and the wait time is 18 to 35 weeks. Yes, that's 8 months. Wesco is another well-known one. It's a very small American operation, which means at the time of filming, it's an 18-month wait. So yeah, but you can customize more than you can with NYX though, with a similar sort of build. There are 17 kinds of footwear, like shoes and boots, and very serious work boots that you can customize. For a lifestyle boot, you might want the Hendrik or the Johannes, for something even more city-friendly. But again, they have really robust work boots as well. So here you do get the option of picking a different leather for your quarter, backstay, vamp, and gusset, including horsehide, which you don't get at NYX, at least like not right now. Other options you don't get with NYX, you can pick the lining with a buckskin option is in there. You can pick the thread color for the upper or the outsole. You get more soles with 10 options. There's a lot you can do with these boots. But yeah, if you go in the custom route, you gotta wait 18 months and the boots will easily be over 800 bucks, very easily over 900 bucks by the time you hit purchase. Then there's JK boots, which is your best bet if you're after this kind of tough Pacific Northwest type boot, because if you pay extra, you can get them in just 9 to 11 weeks for like an extra 105 bucks. Otherwise it's 14 to 16 weeks. So it is faster than these other brands. And they've got all the super tough like lineman, logger, fire boots, even Arctic boots. You can get insulation on those. And the closest to a lifestyle boot is the Forefront. That starts at 600 bucks. What can you customize? You can get 8 leathers, a mix of smooth and rough out if you want, 6 to 18 inch height. There's a lace to toe pattern. You can get 2 different levels of insulation, which is big and rare. You can even get a knife pocket on your boots if you want. You can pick hardware and a sole as well. There aren't quite as many options as Wesco, but with the options of insulation and the higher shafts and the faster lead time, and they're cheaper than Wesco, JK is a very, very good bet. Lastly, I want to mention the entire country of Indonesia, or more specifically Bandung, which is a city about 3 hours drive from Jakarta that I recently visited, where they have, this whole city has a stellar reputation for hand making boots to any and all specifications. If you send them a drawing of a boot you want, they more than likely can make it for you. The biggest names, there are a lot of them, Sagara, Brizzle Black, Fortuna, and Junkhead, the big ones. Their lead times are usually in the months. So you might want to look for younger, hungrier brands like Jackrabbits and Fortis, which can usually get you boots in under 2 months, depending on when you see this video. Indonesian makers are more for boot guys who are really into specialty leathers and builds. So stuff like Shell Cordovan from Japan's Shinki Hikaku Tannery, Vegetable Tan Horse Butt from Italy's Mariam Tannery. These sorts of leathers that have really, really strong kind of cult followings in the community of guys who like high quality footwear because it's like artisanal and hard to make, not necessarily because they need them for really tough work. They just want higher quality stuff than like Taft and Idrese, I guess, like world-renowned leathers. And you can also get like unusually laborious construction styles like Norwegian welts and Veltstone. They're typically hand welted, not Goodyear welted, which is more time intensive and skillful. And depending on what you get, you can expect anywhere from 400 to 800 bucks for boots. If they were made in America, they'd be well over 1,000 bucks for the materials and construction you're getting. The value here being from the enormous skill and the difficulty procuring the leathers and materials as well. I did just say a lot of stuff. I put all of these Indonesian boot makers and all the boot makers actually in the article in the description below if you want a closer look and links for where to get them. With the Indonesian ones, sometimes you just have to do the whole ordering process over WhatsApp or Instagram DMs because not all of these companies have websites. But trust me, they have huge followings and lead times for a reason. Yeah, let me know if I've forgotten anyone and subscribe as well for more videos on casual stuff that lasts a long time. That's what the channel's all about. I'll see you for the next one.